How do you hear from God? That's a really good question. And today I'm going to answer that for you. But first, a story to help you understand. So, a while ago, I was a real estate agent. And I would take people around to all the houses, you know how real estate agents do. And I would just get in the car and I would drive. I'm driving. But a lot of times I had no idea where I'm going. Like, I'm on the GPS on the phone and I'm trying to put the phone on the little Harrier and I'm watching. And so I'll be driving, and this was in Georgia, outside of like Atlanta, the big city. So once you get outside the city, Georgia is like, it's a little bit of country, okay? You can get into some country areas. And so I'd be driving and I know I'm supposed to go like 20, 30 minutes maybe. And the people told me, oh yeah, it's like 30 minutes away from the city. I was like, okay, I'm kind of know where I'm going, but I'm driving. And I'm looking at the GPS and all I see is like all the land on this side and then like a straight line in the middle. The blue straight line. Like, oh, I guess I'm going the right way. And so my GPS had a couple options. So I could always push and see like, okay, you've been driving for 20 minutes. Okay. Or I could push and see, this is where you were, this is where you're going. You kind of get like a little tiny map. You can't see it real clearly, but it's this little map. You can kind of get an idea of like, okay, I'm kind of going the right direction here. And it also has a button. You can push the button, boop, and you can make it talk. And you can say, keep straight ahead, or turn approaching, or, you know, it could talk to you. So, but that's kind of how it works with God. When you want to hear from God, when you want to talk with God, you got to have a plan or a destination in mind. You got to have something you're thinking about, like, Lord, is it your will for me to start this business? Or should I be in this relationship? Or Lord, I'm just trying to see, what should I be doing right now? And you got to look on your map. Well, what's your map? Well, your map is, I got it right here, is the Bible. So if you don't open this thing up and look at it, you're not going to have any idea which direction you're going. And the GPS, well, that's like your phone map, your phone Bible. Like, it's in there, you can access all kinds of stuff. But if you don't actually use it, you still can be lost. So in my story, as I'm driving, I'll get close to the house that I'm going to be showing. And the cool part is I'm supposed to meet people there. So I always try to get there a little bit early, but sometimes I'll be driving along. I'm looking for 1,400, Main Street or something. I'm like, okay, where is it? Okay, there goes 1,300. I'm driving. And it says, oh, make a U-turn. What? Make a U-turn? I passed it. How did I pass it? I'm driving. I'm supposed to be watching the road. I'm watching this thing. Sometimes in life, when you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're following the path. When you get close to your destination, you gotta slow down. You can't just be in a hurry all the time. You can't be in a rush to make decisions, because sometimes big decisions, destiny decisions, your business, your job, your spouse, those things you gotta slow down, because you don't wanna miss that turn. And some of us, myself included, have missed some important turns. Just like when I'm showing houses, I was missing the turn. But you know what? The Bible is so neat, because it doesn't mean you don't get to go. The GPS says that doesn't mean you can't go to that address. You just got to turn around. Or you have to make 3 lefts and come back around. It'll give you a detour. Like, this is the detour to your destiny. You're going to go around. It's going to take you longer because you missed it the first time. Just like my decisions, sometimes I didn't honor God in my decisions. And so some of the things he had for me, I had to wait because I had to drive around the long way to get to it. Man, I hate having to go back around. So when you want to hear from God, step 1, you got to get your Bible out and you got to seek some direction. You just got to put some time in and say, where am I going? Let me read a little bit. Let me find out. Step 2 is, as you approach your destination of where you're going and the thing that you want to do and the thing that God has called you to do, you will know it, because things will start to align. Like all the numbers on the mailboxes, they start to look like where I'm going. This looks like I should be here. So slow down your decision making, slow down relationships, slow down everything, because you don't want to miss it. Number 3, if you do miss it, it's totally okay. God can do a detour for your destiny and turn you around. Might take a little longer to get where you were supposed to be, but you will still get there. So, want to hear from God? That's a couple steps you can use. And all of that is followed up, beginning, middle, and end, with prayer. Because when you pray, you are literally calling the person. That's like me calling the owner of the house. Like, hey, I'm coming to show your house. Where am I supposed to go? Like, oh, you go to the green mailbox and you turn left. And if you see the big dumpster, they're working on Bubba's house. You just go past the blue dumpster. It's like, oh, I'm getting word for word instruction. That's kind of like prayer. You're phoning a friend. You're calling in somebody who already knows, who's already been there. So you can pray, and that will also help you get the direction. So Hope that's been helpful for you. Don't worry if you've missed your turn. God can turn it around, bring you right back, and you'll be where you're supposed to be. That's your word for the day.